Hello, welcome to the vlog. I tried to vlog this morning, but I had to put my phone away because it was so cold. It was snowing, which was actually so, freezing, but it was so like what's the word? I don't know. I was so excited that it started snowing. I was like, I didn't know we would get so, because honestly, like I feel like 2 weeks ago it was really warm. Well, like warm for October or November. I'm not entirely sure. I have a hot water bottle, so it is no longer warm. Not even like my heating is doing the job. So I'm literally just stuffing this under my clothes. This flat is so hectic. Just pretend it's not there. But I hope everyone is well. Excuse my skin. I had the best facial of my life yesterday. My skin's been going a little bit, it's not had the best time. I'm basically optimizing my hormones because God, there's so much stuff to tell you since the last time I vlogged. So within that vlog, I was about to start treatment for the POTS diagnosis and like the chronic fatigue, and I was sort of going down a very holistic route, which I'm so happy, like holistic but scientific. I want to preface that, if that is like in combination, but not like taking medication kind of just like helps the symptoms. I wanted to get to the root and get rid. Anyway, so since then I have had an iron infusion. I basically so I'm working with a doctor who kind of does like optimization of health and the body and makes everything work the best it can work, so you don't end up getting a chronic illness or chronic fatigue. So it kind of like removes all the toxins, all the rubbish that's like going on in your body, as well as like helping your brain, like all this stuff. Anyway, minerals, there's so many things, heavy metals, basically just gets your body back to optimum levels of whatever. That's what I've been doing. So I had a iron infusion, I'm gonna say about like a month ago now, maybe, or like 2 months ago. I can't actually remember if I'd had the iron infusion in my last video or if I was about to have it. I've started hormone optimization, and I'm currently doing a gut cleanse. So those are like the 3 pillars of the first bit of my treatment, and then there's a second half and a third half which will carry on throughout the next couple of months. Like even the iron infusion, I was like 2 weeks, basically the 2 weeks after this iron infusion, I was like, is this what everyone's been feeling? And I've just like spent my entire life without iron. Basically, like I did all these tests and I had really low iron, like on the floor, specifically iron stores. So that's like ferritin. So he initially was like, we've got to absolutely sort that. That's like the energy your body uses for everything, like making hormones, like everything. So no wonder you're not in the best like state. Obviously it also helps with like dizziness and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I did that, and then hormones. I've tested my hormones like throughout this past year multiple times, and previously as well before, not just this year. And they've always come back and been like, yeah, your hormones are fine, like everything's in range. Anyway, my doctor who's working with me was like, your hormones are all in like the range. In the UK we have a very wide range, so you could be like at the very top or at the very bottom, and actually there's like an optimized level, and I think that can really depend on the person or whatever it is. Anyway, he was like, your hormones are in the range, but they're not in range, and specifically they're not in range with one another. For example, he was like, your estrogen is quite high, but it's in the range. Your proestrogen is quite low, but in the range. Comparatively, they are like miles apart, which can cause so many issues, and so many of the issues that I've struggled with for years, like years. So to hear someone say like, yes, this is why, I was like, I don't know. I just suddenly I felt seen. Felt like someone actually was like, you're not crazy. There's stuff going on and we can help. We can help it. So I've been doing that. Hence the skin, I think, is going a little bit crazy. I think that's also to do with the gut detox. Like everything normally comes out on your skin. Today I went to the back doctor who like cracks my back because I have the back of a 90-year-old woman. It's so cold, like I'm not going outside. I was gonna go do some stretches in the gym and I was like, no. So I've decided, because this flat is basically being done up in, hopefully January. It changes the whole time. I'm gonna remove this wallpaper today. I hate this wallpaper. And I'm just gonna remove it, and hopefully it's just white underneath. I don't have to get someone in to do the removing, like I could remove it myself. I thought I'd vlog whilst I do it, and then I'm gonna clean up because everything is just like too much. I didn't realize how, like, this is another thing from the iron infusion, like my hair's grown. I've never had my hair grow so fast. And it was falling out like completely. I think I need to go get it cut because it does look a bit of a mane. It's like crazy. Anyway, I've got my hot water bottle under here, guys. Don't get any ideas. I'm gonna make a tea. I'm also gonna listen to a podcast, I think, whilst I do it, instead of like watching something out of the corner of my eye. I'm gonna start and maybe show you halfway. I kind of, basically, I stopped doing that wall. I knew this would be a problem. Started doing it and it was going really well. And then basically on wallpaper, it comes off really easily, but there's like glue behind it. They're like vines, and that's a difficult thing to get off. However, the wall that I'm doing it on is not like an actual wall. It's a plaster wall. So I was like, oh wait, I'm also taking the plaster wall off, which is not what I wanted. So I just slowly backed away. It just like is not neat. It doesn't look hideous, it's just not neat. I feel like anything was better than that blue wallpaper. That was not it. And then suddenly I was like, does this have loads of like chemicals in the glue? And I was just breathing all the dust in. I was like, this probably isn't the best if my system's already not great. So I just stopped. So now I'm having some soup. I've got a lentil, I'm not even going to tip it down. I've got a lentil soup and I put some tofu in it. And then I'm going to do some somatic stretches, really get that kind of relax into the evening. I mean, I say evening, it's 2:42 and it feels like it's already going dark. That's the problem. It's like now it's just like getting dark, so I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do apart from just stay inside. Like I can't even film because it's bad quality. Anyway, I'm gonna watch YouTube maybe and have a bit of a zen after my extreme morning of decorating or de-decorating. Oh, it looks really bad. I think I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is This is the quality that we're just gonna deal with. I have so much stuff. I've like trying to clean out my flat, especially because hopefully it'll be done up. So I just need to get rid of stuff. It just like, don't look. Honestly, I feel like as soon as it gets dark, I just get so sleepy. I understand that's like what most people feel because that's like how our bodies work. Anyway, oh my god, this thing is gonna fall. Okay, I am gonna do my stretches. I'm so cold. Oh. Like holding that water bottle so tightly for the past like 2 hours. And now my tummy is all like red, but like in a weird pattern. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. Anyway, I basically was just Googling for the past hour, can paint glue kill you or like infest your lungs or something? But like since having like the like health scares, and not just my normal like health, like I had health anxiety before this, which weirdly apparently is part of POTS, like it gives you anxiety. Anyway, whole different thing. But like finally getting to the bottom of it and being like, okay, this is what's happening in my body. There is something happening, you're not crazy. After feeling so rubbish, like literally not being able to move from my bed and being like, well, this is it. All my health anxieties have come true. I've like manifested them. Idiot. Obviously that wasn't the case. And I understand that it was actually something else. But since feeling like so much better and just like more in my body, like more myself, like I feel like this is what a body should be feeling like, and I know that I'm only at like half, I'm only at 50%, and it's just going to get better and better. That's what I've been told, so that's what I'm going with. But it has then flipped, I don't know why the brain does it, but like it has then flipped my nervousness of getting, like I'm nervous to go backwards, if that makes sense. And I just know in like, especially with health, sometimes that does happen, like, and it will happen. I can't expect just to feel good the whole time. And I feel like that's something that now is like coming up, is that I'm so anxious to make myself feel any way at all like rubbish. I don't know how I'm trying to explain it. My health anxiety is basically back, but like in a different way. So for example, like I was really worried to do anything remotely like social in like a very busy room. To be fair, I've only done that once, and that was like 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't super busy and it was very low key, and it was like not a work thing, it was just a friend's birthday, and I didn't drink or anything like that. I just wanted to like dip my toe in, but I know that I was so worried, like I was on edge, but I was nervous before. I was completely fine then, and I felt good, and it was good to do it, to prove to my body and my mind that like that's a safe environment. I don't have to avoid those situations and get into the like rut of being too in rather than out. You need a healthy balance in life, otherwise you go crazy. But before, I was just so worried to go that I would get like a flare and throw up. Sorry, TMI. But like that's what started to happen. Like I would suddenly get that feet, you know, when you go really hot and you're about to throw up or like faint or something. That's what would happen when I was in like crowded rooms or like somewhere slightly hotter. My body thought that was danger. It thought it was sensing danger, but it was sensing a temperature change. But that's why it's dysregulation. Anyway, what was I going on for that? Oh yeah, so I think that's kind of like my thing now, is like trying not to allow those anxieties to creep in. Like I know it's like intrusion of thought and stuff like that. I know I had that before, I'll probably have it after, but I can just like help myself by not feeding into the narrative of like, oh my god, now I'm like, I don't know, completely isolating yourself to like keep yourself well, it will then like come back to bite you if you know, hide yourself up or like go out too much or stay in too much, you know. Balance. This course that I'm doing on like regulation of like the nervous system and everything like that, you can be too hyper focused on your body when you're healing, or especially if you struggle with a chronic disease or an illness, because you're in pain the whole time, so you become very attuned to pain. You become quite like numb to it, but you know it's there, and you know if something changes, whether it's getting better or whether it's getting worse, or okay, now my knee hurts, but all then you can think of is like, why does my knee hurt? Like going in this kind of whole crazy sort of thing. And you have to be outside of your body in that sense, you know, be in tune with your body, but not too in tune that you're sensing everything and everything can be taken in a dysregulated way. There's loads of different things you can do to like come out of the inner awareness, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm making any sense. Anyway, talking of balance, okay, I do this YouTube. She's called Devi Daily Yoga, and I friggin' love them. They're so good. They've changed my life. Perfect. I'm gonna do this one. This is Devi. I'm gonna do this and then go to the shop and get some food for dinner. I am kind of hungry because I just did have soup, but I can't be bothered to cook. Anyway, I'm gonna do this. I just put it in there. Oh my god, steamy. This is the best evening